my goodness. So I'm very sick. And I put my back out the other day moving wood, so I needed the wood. Anyway, Merry Christmas. I keep using that spray to dry your face up, dry your head up. So the reason I contacted you today is so that we could go for a little walk around the deck. But you know, I really want to wash that window. So I wonder if perhaps I can do that. I have got this kettle cooking. Probably time to take it out of the cupboard. I have a caution watch for falling snow sign. I have had a bunch of falling snow lately. What was on the roof was huge. Hey, I'm walking better. I think I'll just put it out here. Because the snow up there slides off. Of course, it was like very deep before. So that was harder. I think I'll just put it right there. Wonder if it'll stay. Okay, so I wanted to take a walk around the deck, but my pant legs are too long. And I'll just get snow on them and I'll have to change my pants. So let's put rubber bands around them, shall we? Oh, and there's my swing. I think I should sit in the swing for a while. Let's get a couple of rubber bands here. I hope that person that criticized my Missy cupboard is gone. I don't think people like that want to come around. Uh-oh, now I stepped on something wet. Okay. Hey, I have my thing here. Oh, but it just hangs down. I don't know why that's doing that now. Maybe I could put it in there. You have to make sure you don't put your camera on all the dots or the bumps. Is that all right now? To make sure these clamps are not over the off on button and the volume button. Okay, good. Who's that? Hi, Corrine. You like this new snow? I like snow, it's pretty. And it's very easy when it's not very deep. When it's only a few inches deep, you don't have to worry about it. If you're ever sick, hot lemon, make yourself some hot water and put in lemon and honey. It's very good. Actually, if you put in chili powder, it clears out your nose. It makes everything move. But you got to make sure it doesn't drip down into your throat, just sort of slide down when you don't know it and into your lungs, and then you've got to cough it all out. So I've been taking those nasal spray things to dry it up. But it's way beyond that now. I started putting up my Christmas lights. Here they are. Can you see it right there? They were around the room, but then we had to do the floor and we had to move the bookcases and the lights were in the way. And so the lights all around the room came down. Oh, Chumbles. Hey, you know what? Tiger the wild cat outside let me pet him today. He was very busy eating and he was more important to him that he eat. But after he was full, he didn't let me pet him again. Merry Christmas, everybody. My family is all grown. One of them is Muslim. One of them is Wiccan. Two of them are Wiccan. Well, one of them has children and wants to do Christmas with her children. And so one of them is in Mexico. And the other one is with us, Abe. And so Christmas is different. But because we're sick, Scarlett postponed Christmas Eve get together. So we'll have it later when we're better. And we'll have Christmas dinner later too. Maybe we should have Christmas dinner a few days after Christmas Eve. I want to give some of my dishes to the kids. Now my grandmother's dishes. My mother was doing this. She was giving away stuff while she was alive. I'm 70, so I may have more time. I may go to 100, or I may go to 88 like my mom, or 82 like my dad. Or I may bump off any time. It depends what shows up, like all of a sudden you get something and the day before you didn't have it and then you do. Glasses are very dirty. Oh my gosh. My glasses cleaner is it's in my bag. There it is right there. Okay, enough of that self-medication. Let's try to do this without falling off of the swing. You know what's in my purse? Hi, Corrine. I am lucky to have my 33-year-old living at home. I have been a single parent. I think I'm getting a migraine. There's a dot in the middle of my words. Single parent to him all his life, and he can't afford a place of his own. We get along well. Blessed to have him. Yes, indeed. That's wonderful. I think I found this at the dump. This is for Scarlett. They make their own stuff and those. Okay. So I'm getting a migraine. Well, that's hunky dory. Let's start by cleaning the glasses. That can only make things worse if they're not clean. Can make things better if they are clean. This coating is starting to come off, and so it's very scratchy on here. I don't like it how they do those coatings. You know, they put all this scratch proofing on it, and then over top of that, they put the anti-glare. And so you go to clean your glasses, and the anti-glare stuff doesn't have any scratches. I don't think this has anti-glare on it at all, does it? No, it's good. I never get anti-glare anymore. That's not for me, that's for all of you. I don't get the pain of migraines anymore. I just get the aura. And so first it's a blind spot where I'm looking. And then now I'm starting to see this little circular crack, which is very jagged and bright. Maybe it's a window into heaven. Maybe the veil is parting and I'm parting, getting to see through it a little bit. The stars are really holes into heaven you can see through. Not really. I saw a video this morning and it had angels with these enormous wings. Angels don't have wings. Angels are people like us. We are all Heavenly Father's children. And some have already been here and some are still waiting. And when they come, they help us. Angels help us from millions of ways. If you think about it, if you notice in your life, you'll see where an angel has helped something not to happen. You know, like you almost fell off, but you didn't. You suddenly at the last moment caught your balance. And that was an angel. And there's proof. Heavenly Father says, and I will go before your face. It's right here. And I will be on your right hand. That's right here. And I will be on your left. And my spirit will be in your heart. It's really important to have the spirit with us because the spirit, the purpose of the Holy Ghost is to testify of truth. And so there's so much on YouTube that's not true. I mean, there's a lot of AI, and you can think of it as fiction. You can just think, oh, I'm going to watch all this fiction, instead of wishing that it was true. There are a few things that are true. Like, I do trust the media, the main media, and they don't give everything. I don't trust Fox. But they do give you, you know, but have you noticed that you never hear about Ukraine bombing Russia? Jason J. Smart or something like that. He works for the Kiev newspaper. He's a foreign correspondent or something for the Kiev Post. And he tells you all about what's happening in Russia and what Ukraine has done to Russia. Ukraine is really winning this war. Ukraine has disabled bridges and refineries and endless things. People in Moscow, like they've got work in their backyard, and it's all by drones. Drones fly really low, and they can't be detected by radar. And they come in and they blow millions of things up. It's amazing. And you don't get that on any of the main media. Maybe they don't want you to know that Ukraine is winning. Maybe they just want you to feel sorry for Ukraine. I'm not sure what the deal is, why they are not covering that. Whatever. There are some people that are telling the truth out there. and you can listen to them and know. But if you want to know if somebody is telling you the truth, look up their name on ChatGPT and see what's been said about them. A lot of people who have been reported with fake media and stuff. The crack is bigger now. I only see it when I close my eyes. I still want to walk around the deck. You know, if you keep your phone in your pocket, your health thing on your health app, which is part of the phone, will tell you about your walking steadiness. My steadiness is low, it says. In the morning, I get up and my feet won't lift off the ground. Try though I may, and I shuffle my way to the washroom. But by the time I leave the washroom, my feet will lift up and I can step over things. I try and get dressed before I open the door in our bedroom to the world out there, to the outdoors. I'm so grateful that my son Ben put that door in. I must have a video of that years ago. If you want to find any of my old videos, you do a search, you type in Nancy Today, and then you go to the word, you know, whether it's snowshoeing or construction or basketry or tree climbing, gardening, update. There's so many videos out there now, and now they're making shorts, and shorts are very short. And so when my grandchildren make shorts, I put them up and I put them as private until they're old enough, and then I could put them all as public. But right now they're all private. And there's so many things in there. There's football games, all the children, Abby, Daniel, Melida, Garlet, Ben, Daniel. There's many cooking videos. Everything I know how to cook, I think I've made on there. Cookies and Christmas stollen. I have to make Christmas stollen, but I don't think that it would be good. I've thought about this before. I think I've been sick on Christmas before. And if you breathe into your Christmas stollen and it gets your germs in it, I'm not sure that the oven is hot enough for long enough to kill the germs. But nobody's ever gotten a cold from eating my Christmas stollen. That's the best way to know, you know? Like everybody, there was this lady on here or somebody the other day that said that my kitchen would drive her crazy. Oh, that's too bad. Some people have a very OCD mind and very clean. But if we didn't have people like that, there would be nobody to hire to clean your house, right? I wish I could hire somebody to clean my house again. I've been wasting money. I go to Giant Tiger, and I go to the clearance rack, and there's dresses now, like this dress and this one, and pants, and I am so warm now. I have so many long sweaters, and some that open in the front, but some that are closed in the front. And it's wonderful. I guess the styles have changed for so many years. Not only did they not have anything in my size, which was 3X, I think I'm a 2X now, pretty well. I like things, I mean, I could probably wear 1X, but they would be tight. And I want to be comfortable. So now the thing is around and down and around, and the squiggle marks are longer. Do you have auras? Do you ever get migraine auras? After what, it seems like it's what it is it goes around your brain and it affects different parts of your brain. So first it affects your eyes, and then I think it affects your ability to read. And you can see the word You know what it means, but you can't say it. And then you get the numbness somewhere sometimes. This is very nice. I will drink this all day, except don't have much honey left. Oh, I have 3 huge containers, or 2.5 gallon pails. It's important to have food storage. Do you know that? People made fun of me on here because I had food storage, and my basement, I have a crawl space. Dragonfly notification, your delivery is on its way. Huh. I ordered a latch hook. I watched a video the other day on how to mend socks. Well, you know my knee socks. I have 35 pairs of knee socks that I made one year from a big ball of yarn. 2 big balls, I could make 2 pairs of socks. And the trouble was is that I made the socks tall until I ran out of wool. And when the wool was gone, the socks were done. So some go up onto the knee a little more than others, but perfect. But now I don't have any of the same color to mend them with. So I have to use other colors. But whatever, they're my socks, my feet, I don't mind. It's only other people that might notice them. Hey, I fixed my teeth again. You see that? It's not a big black hole. I have those little tiny balls that you put in water, hot water, and they're white, and then they turn clear. And you dry your teeth off. Brush them real good first, and you dry them up, and then you put it into the holes and grind it down. And then nobody can see the holes in your teeth, and it works. You can chew without food going down in the cracks and hurting. Do you have that? Anybody else have that? Hey, nobody's thumbed up. What is with that? Unbelievable. Most videos, they tell you to thumbs up and subscribe at the very end. And when you go to do it, the video's over and you can't do it. So you have to start the video over. And then you have to do it, and then you come out of it. So I told you I've been making baskets lately, right? I've been making canisters. This one's birch bark, and I've made bottoms that fit. And now I've made rims. I glued them on. You get a better product when it's glued on, actually. Wood glue would be the best. Now I need to do some decorative stitching on it. Or I could just put a ring of stuff around it, but you still need the decorative stitching. Anyway, I made a whole bunch of these. I was thinking I could give them to my kids for Christmas. Scarlett's the only one that would be interested. Well, maybe Lida would too. Yeah, these are going to be the Christmas presents. And I actually was able to save a bunch of corn husks. And the first bunch I saved, I put them outside on a table to dry. And then they got rained on, and they immediately started to mold. So that was the end of all of them. They all turned black dotted and wrecked. But then we did corn again, and I saved all the husks, and this time I dried them inside. And then I put them in a bag after they were all dry. And so I'm going to try and make a corn husk basket, like this one, like this thing here. There we go. I had to close 24 open windows. No wonder I was muted. Sorry. Okay. Happened a short while ago. Okay. So I'm gonna. Hey, it turned off. My TV automatically turns off sometimes. Ben gave us this huge TV because it has some white dots on it. It has a dozen four white dots and one there and one there. Which, when you have money, makes it an imperfect thing. But when you don't, or don't want to spend money on things like this. All right. Merry Christmas, Nan. So I haven't decorated for Christmas, except I have this tree with a few balls on it. But look at this. So this is what I can do for Christmas. Look at this. So I have these beautiful views. Well, come along, come along. Oh, I see all the words aren't up yet, so it's not ready. I've been watching videos on how to make cordage. It's not ready yet to play. Okay, let's go to this one. Soothing Christmas Ambience. And because it's such a big screen, it fills the whole, it's like a wall. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so we'll turn off the music. So let's look at this now. So you can have this as your wall, right? And you don't have to decorate it all. The snow is falling. The lights are dimming and getting brighter on the tree. The chandelier is moving slightly. There's cookies and goodies on the table. And look at the pretty carpet. This carpet seems to be a pretty common carpet. Red couches. Now that couch falls through in the middle. Look at that. Who would like a couch like that? Huh. It's a weird couch. No dirty dishes. Look at that. Everything is nice and tidy and put away. And you have goodies on the table for Santa. Look, you have a Christmas tree down there. A Christmas tree over here. And usually there's Christmas presents everywhere around. And you can just have that on and you can turn it up so you can hear it throughout the house. That's pretty nice. Let's look at another one. And you can sit and watch it and you can count all the things that are moving. Let's see which another one that there is. Oh, here we've got another one. Look at this one. So you got tracks in the snow, snow falling. It's all AI generated, but it's entertaining, right? Like AI, if you know it's fiction, it's okay. Like we always grew up with fiction. Now it just tries to pretend it's true. Anyway, you can leave this on in the background and you have pretty music. And I try and play my violin along with it. And let's look at another one. If you want to read scriptures while you sit here, this is a good one for that. See the steam rising from the cup. You hear the crackling of the fire. Nice cookies. I forgot about Christmas Stolen. I have to do Christmas Stolen. Oh, here's another one. This has got a nice white, that cordage rug. Notice there's snow and there's no wall. Lights outside. Isn't that interesting? Right there with the snow. That would be a very cold time. But you do have windows up there. Everything is white. Whitish. The whitish bricks, the light colored flooring, the beige carpet, the whitish beige couches, the white curtains, and the red for Christmas. You can leave this on if you'd like. Look at, there's a lake out there. Cookies and a hot chocolate heaping with marshmallow stuff. All right, let's see what else. Look at my duck. You like my stained glass duck? I made that. All right, let's look at this one. Thanks for the thumbs up. Oh, we can put the sound on again for a minute. La 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 la. So let's look at this one for a minute. Now those tall skinny trees, those are black spruce. They're only found in the far north. We have some of them, but not as many as they do further north. Further north, it's all black spruce. Look at this, is the window up above the chimney. That is very illogical because where's the chimney? I mean, it's above the fireplace, right? Got a window above the fireplace, which means that the fireplace is not real. It doesn't have real. And their stockings are hung by the chimney with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. I have all these candles. They're not flickering though, are they? Often the candles are flickering in these. Oh yeah, they're moving. And the steam is coming off of the cups. And look at all the presents. I guess they've got a huge family coming. Big ones closest to the tree and little ones farther away. I think AI can do this for you. I'd like to have this like a whole wall full of, maybe do all the walls. Let's see, I have my own snow coming down out there. It's not snowing right now. Isn't that beautiful? But this is all decorated. So this is what I do instead of decorating my house. Just turn this on. Well, it's only not decorated because I haven't felt like it. Let's turn it on again and let's hear that music. It's quite easy to do this, eh? And it's nice. It gives you that feeling that this is your house. Why is it Christmas? What did they put the D there for? All right, we can't do that too long or they'll block my video. So we have a really green tree. Oh, and the lights are coming on and off with traditional decorations of many different kinds. People give me decorations and I don't do those things anymore. I just wrap it with this. Let's see, I have this ball string. I just wrap the tree with that. got about halfway, and then I didn't feel like it anymore. Oh, well. Hey, my migraine is finished. I only get the aura. I don't get the whole thing. Anyways, you get the idea of my Christmas in there. I'm going to do a video of playing the violin. I'll do it with one of these. Well, I probably won't have the video on. Oh, this reminds me of my grandmother's house. Isn't that cozy? I'm going to turn on the sound for a moment. Isn't that better than decorating? You can just have these things on your wall. And you can leave them on all day while you do other things. Anyway, Merry Christmas, everybody, and a Happy New Year. Well, Happy New Year is kind of a different thing, but Merry Christmas. So our Christmas is postponed because we're sick. So we're going to do it next week sometime. We have 3 days, we have Christmas Eve, Christmas, and Boxing Day. And a week later, it's Christmas Eve New Year's Eve and New Year's, which I guess everybody has. Merry Christmas, Corinne. You're still there. Nice. See, my teeth are fixed. Lovely, lovely. And I went for a little walk, so I haven't been useless. All right, I'm going to try and mend my socks. I found out a mending way. I should probably do those bookcases. Probably make it better. Oh, well. Oh, to have a cleaner again. I guess I just have to do some looking and find somebody. That would be nice. And then my house would be all tidy and perfect. And she had such an eye for the culture of how things are supposed to look. It was pretty cool. Anyway, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.